Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on our agenda is public participation. I see no one signed up. The second item on our agenda is recommendation to withdraw from the Northern Rhode Island Collaborative. Ms. Ramsey.
Thank you.
Yes, it is our recommendation that we submit the letter that's in your packet for review to withdraw from the Rhode Island, our participation in the Northern Rhode Island Collaborative due to an increased liability. They have assured us that there'll be no disruption of service. They have in their plan that there's no disruption of service, and the districts that are involved in the collaborative have been withdrawing, and the liability for the remaining districts was just so high. Without a disruption of service, without them stopping service for our students and the ability to still maintain the opportunity to send our students there, we think that is in the best interest of the Pawtucket School Department to withdraw.
A motion to approve by Mr. Larby. It was seconded by Ms. Bonolo. Ms. Marino. Ms. Bonolo.
So, I know we have in the past brought our students back from the collaborative and found out that it wasn't financially feasible to keep them here because of the special needs that they had. And we ended up sending them back. So one thing I do want to confirm is that, yes, we have teachers and assistants for these students when they come back, and that it's going to be built into the budget, saying it's not going to start until next September or June,
Correct.
depending on the student, but I don't want them to ping pong.
Correct. So every student would be handled on a case-by-case basis, and the director of special ed is fully prepared to handle the individual needs of each student. So if coming back to district isn't the appropriate move for that individual student, another placement will be sought.
And Ms. Ramsey, can you just clarify again, that the Northern Rhode Island Collaborative will still be an option? That not necessarily with that term, but they may stay at the same location.
I don't know about
But
their
that-
location,
It
but
may
their
be the
services-
same services,
without the
we-
collaborative feature.
but
They
without the
would be-
collaborative feature.
They'd be more of an independent rather than a collaborative.
So they would cover liability. They would
Correct.
have their own insurance
Correct.
to cover any liabilities.
Yes.
Okay, as long as we don't have to ping pong our kids back and forth, that's very
Correct.
disruptive.
I think that we would need to make sure that our students' services are what they need at the optimal level. And Dr. Andrade is prepared for that.
Okay, thank you.
See no further discussion. Ms. Lucy, please take a roll call.
Ms. Manolo.
Yeah.
Mr. Shabano.
Yes.
Mr. Larby.
Yes.
Mr. Marino. Ms. Doobie.
Yes, the motion carries 5-0. The next is RIDE MOA Amendment Number 1, Extension for the Facilities Equity Initiative Projects. Since you, Ms. Devine?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
So before you this evening is amendment number 1. This is the facilities equity initiatives that took place in last year. And they have allowed us to extend, if you remember, it was September. We had submitted the application to finish the project in September or December. Some of them was September, December, but due to lead times and some other unforeseen factors when we submitted the application, we ended up going with December, and then now we're finding out that we are under budget. And there's some additional furniture that we can order. There's some delays in some of the existing furniture that are needed in the library and media center. And so with that, we reached out to RIDE. We are not the only district. And when I reached out, I said we probably would only need a lot to extend it to the beginning.
Motion approved.
Then a motion to approve by Mr. Charbonneau, seconded by Ms. Bonolo and Mr. Marino. Ms. Devine, I see that we do need all signatures of our school committee here. I know that we have one of our school committee members who is currently on vacation. How time sensitive is this to get all 7 signatures?
So I think that what I can get, I can email it over. we had done that.
Okay,
And I can ask them, maybe they want to back, but I can't guarantee that, but I think if we send it in saying the whole thing, but people are on vacation, I think we don't.
okay. Just wanted to make sure if we need to get it in by the end of the year. Okay. So in a motion, it's been seconded. Ms. Leslie, please take a roll call.
Ms. Bonolo,
Yes.
Mr. Shabano,
Yes.
Mr. Larby,
Yes.
Mr. Marino.
Yes.
Ms. Doobie.
Yes, the motion carries 5-0. Our third item is recommendation to approve annex and barrier acoustical panels design services. Hello,
Good evening, everyone.
good evening.
It's nice to be back. Sorry I missed our last committee meeting. I heard Jared did a great job though presenting the 88 bathrooms work. I'm before you tonight to discuss some potential solutions to some noise issues that we're having at Francis Verrier and the Pawtucket Learning Annex. As this group is aware, those are two concrete block cafeterias which are used to serve the students lunch and for other things as well, auditorium spaces and things like that, gym class. Because of their makeup, the sound reverberates off the walls and it becomes incredibly loud. I have been in both of those spaces when they're serving lunch or when they're serving gym. Obviously, you guys know I'm at the annex a lot for my work on the Baldwin School. It is oppressive at times, the noise level. As such, Lisa Ramsey actually requested that Colliers go out and investigate potential solutions to see if we could get that noise level down. I spoke with some colleagues around the industry and was looking through the master pricing agreements. And unfortunately, it was going to originally look like the district was going to have to hire an architectural firm who was then going to sub out that work to an acoustical engineer because there was no acoustical engineer on the MPA. However, after some investigation, working with Ms. Devine and of course, legal counsel, I was able to find a firm off the MPA for design build project delivery method. This district doesn't do a lot of design build projects. This is a great one to start. It's a smaller project. And in a design build project, the person who's designing the actual project will actually build the actual solution. So instead of having an architect design it and then a company come in and bid it out and they build it, in this case, you would have the same company design it and build it. They would own ownership of that project from conception to completion. It's something that RIDE has really been pushing a lot these days in order to keep costs down. As such, what we would be proposing would be awarding design services to Ambient Sound of Rhode Island in the amount of $1,790. They would then come back to us with a solution. And then we would then vote as a committee. I would bring it back to this committee and you would decide whether or not you wanted to proceed with the actual build portion of a design build contract. A part of this $1,790 includes 2 site visits to both schools. They will take sound testing where they will be able to get sound levels off the areas and be able to design a solution that will mitigate. Right now, they are proposing using baffles, which are panels that hang down from the ceiling, as well as panels on the walls. And as we get a little bit further into the design process, we can talk about what those look like and if the district wants to, add in some names of the schools or colors or things like that. There's a lot of options that we can move forward with. Happy to take any questions. The recommended motion today is that the Pawtucket School Committee approve the fee proposal as submitted by Ambient Sound of Warwick, Rhode Island for sound evaluation design services for the Verrier and Annex Acoustical Panels project in a not to exceed amount of $1,790.
Been motion to approve by Mr. Marino, seconded by Ms. Bonolo. Any discussion? Ms. Lucy, please take a roll call.
Ms. Bonolo.
Yes.
Mr. Shabano.
Yes.
Mr. Larby,
Yes.
Mr. Marino.
Yes.
Ms. Doobie.
Yes, motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn? Is that what you were looking for?
Yes. Motion to adjourn by Ms. Bonolo, seconded by Mr. Larby. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries 5-0. Please do not leave without signing the paper that Ms. Liz has for us. And I will make it to my daughter's concert.